This woman wasn't just a gardener. She was a granddaughter with a single purpose: to bring her grandfather back to life. After his wife of 60 years passed, he had simply stopped. He'd sit in his armchair, staring out at the silent, empty garden where they had spent countless hours together. His world had lost its color, its sound, its meaning. While most of the family suggested therapy, medication, or moving him to a home, she chose something different, something quieter. She knew his grief was a fortress that words couldn't penetrate, so she decided to orchestrate a symphony. She would bring back the life he and his wife had so lovingly cultivated, one bird at a time. She trained the garden like a real-life sanctuary. But it wasn't about landscaping. It was about memory, patience, and hope. The robin, the pioneer, was her first recruit. She set up a specific shallow bird bath and left out offerings of mealworms, just as her grandmother used to. After a week of silence, he arrived, a small flame of orange in the gray yard. Her grandfather's gaze lingered on it for the first time in months. Next came the goldfinch, the artist. She planted rows of thistle and sunflowers, knowing their vibrant yellow was a magnet. Soon, a flock of them descended, painting the drab landscape with strokes of brilliant color. She saw a flicker of a smile on his face, a ghost of his old self. Then, the blue jay, the guardian, loud, boisterous, and impossible to ignore. She set up a peanut feeder, and its commanding call soon shattered the oppressive silence. It was a jolt of energy, a demand to be noticed, a declaration that life was still loud and present. Her final and most delicate task was the hummingbird, the jewel. She planted trumpet vines along the old trellis and meticulously maintained a nectar feeder. One sunny afternoon, a tiny iridescent miracle appeared, hovering as if by magic. That's when everything changed. The next morning, she looked outside and he wasn't in his chair. He was in the garden at his old workbench, wasn't building anything. He was carefully, slowly, mixing a new batch of bird seed. He was participating again. Years passed. The garden became a world-class sanctuary, teeming with wings and song. He never fully moved on from his loss, but he wasn't lost anymore. He was the keeper of the garden, a man with a purpose. She never had to worry about him again, not because his sorrow was gone, but because he was no longer alone. He was surrounded by 1,000 tiny heartbeats. If you believe the smallest acts of love can create the biggest miracles, like this video.